The next topic of discussion is IPv6 Neighbor Discovery Protocol. Now, Neighbor Discovery Protocol, in essence, performs the same function as ARP does for IPv4. Now, Neighbor Discovery Protocol uses ICMP, or Internet Control Messaging Protocol version 6 for discovering neighbors on the local data link, or directly attached devices. One of the functions for IPv6 Neighbor Discovery Protocol is your MAC address to IPv6 address resolution. So the same function as ARP performs. Also, the way this is done is all the hosts on the local data link will join the multicast group, or automatically become members of the multicast group FF02000001:FF/104. So if you look at this multicast address, you see that it is not a 128-bit address. The last 24 bits for this address are gained from the last 24 bits of an IPv6 address. So those are added at the very end, after the FF, when a query for this address with the last 24 bits of an IPv6 address added at the end is sent, the host will respond with its MAC address. So the last 24 bits are the IPv6 address of the queried host. When this address is queried, the host responds with its MAC. Also, you don't need to configure default gateways on hosts because they are derived automatically by IPv6. Hosts will send out router solicitations to the multicast address FF02, and routers will FF02::2, and routers will respond with their addresses that the host can configure as the default gateway on the multicast address FF02::1. Also, neighbors or IPv6 hosts on the local link or on the local data link or directly connected hosts will send each other neighbor solicitations and respond with neighbor advertisements. Now, this is done to check if there are any duplicate IPv6 addresses on the local data link, which the chances of that happening are very low, but IPv6 still takes care to check if there are two hosts with a duplicate address on the local data link. Next, we will see how IPv6 OSPF and IPv6 EIGRP is configured. You don't need to be familiar with the intimate details of these protocols as far as IPv6 goes, but you do need to learn how to configure these. So let's get to it.